What's good, everyone? CapiTanceTV here, and today we're going to tackle the topic: should content creators and streamers have to pay a licensing fee to the game developer in order to cover that game? But before we begin, I want to know what you think. Do you think content creators and streamers should have to pay a licensing fee in order to cover games? Let's begin. Now, you may be wondering, where in the hell did this line of thought come from? Good question. Earlier today, Alex Hutchinson, aka Bang Bang Click on Twitter, said the following, and I quote, "Streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they used music they didn't pay for should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it." But wait, there's more. The real truth is the streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use. Don't mind me, I just burned my lips reading that hot take. Spicy, baby. Oof. Now, why does any of this matter? He's just another blue check with an opinion. Well, that isn't quite the case, because Alex turns out to be the creative director for Google Stadia. What the hell is Google Stadia? I'm not even gonna get into it, just know that it deals with video games. Now, Alex, according to his Twitter bio, is the creative director at Google Stadia. But there is some discrepancy going on right now, as he may just be the creative director at a gaming studio that Google purchased last year. Now, I can't confirm any of this, so you are what your Twitter bio says you are. Now, here's the thing about Alex's hot take. He's right, but the way he went about it was wrong. I mean, how would you like it if you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, and then I said, "Oh, that's awesome. I'm gonna put that into my thing and make my thing better and not pay you any money for it." Doesn't feel too good, does it? And not to really go on a tangent, but what this is stemming from is that Twitch early in the week issued a bunch of DMCA violations to streamers for using copyrighted music in their streams. And this is what copyright law is for, to protect you from people stealing your stuff that you created. But as things normally are in the world, it's not all black and white. It's a lot of shades of gray. And with the gaming industry, streaming and game developers are this symbiotic relationship. And this relationship has been working well for all parties involved. Publishers and developers give games to creators and they get free advertising. And on the flip side for creators, yeah, you may be providing free advertisements, but also you're getting free content for your channel. And even if you're a creator who didn't receive the game from the publisher and you had to go out and purchase this game, you were gonna buy that game anyway, and now you get free content and the publisher gets more free advertisements. It is a win for everybody involved. And yes, the creator is possibly getting taken advantage of, but in every deal, somebody holds the power. And in this case, it's the game developers and publishers. Let's say overnight, every game publisher and developer said, "Hey, if you want to cover our games, you have to pay us a licensing fee." This would wipe out entire online communities overnight. And yeah, some of the bigger streamers like Dr. Lupo would be able to pay those fees and still do what they do, but us smaller creators, we ain't got that type of money. And you may kill off the streaming market. Could you imagine if Lupo, when he first started streaming, had to pay licensing fees in order to stream the games he wanted? He may not have started. And if you create such a barrier into streaming, games like Fall Guys and Among Us may not be what they are today. And especially in the case of Among Us. That game had been out for almost 2 years and was going nowhere fast until XQC and Soda Poppin' got their hands on it and really got it popping. And Among Us is doing so well now that the developers announced that they are no longer making a sequel. Because why make a sequel and try to get people to play that game when all these new people are starting to play your first game? And as much as I think Alex is right, he may be wrong for an entirely different reason too. Apparently there's something called a material use license. So today was the first time I've heard about a material use license, and I looked it up and I really didn't find much information on it. And basically what it boils down to is it gives creators the right to make money off of the game in creator programs like the Twitch partner program or the YouTube partner program. Now, the tweet that I saw this in said that most games had this material use license, but when I looked it up, I could only find it for Square Enix games. So maybe you guys are better detectives than me and you can look it up and find it in those games. And if that is the case, then what Alex said is just flat out wrong. One thing I will say is I will give credit to Alex for keeping this take up, because he got dunked on in the comments and everywhere else. I've never seen the rare triple ratio. When I first came across the tweet, there were more quoted retweets than likes on his tweet. There were more comments than likes on his tweet. And there were comments in the thread that had more likes than all of his thread combined. It is crazy. If you've had a crap day today, I promise you, go look at this thread and you'll find gems like this one. It's funny because it's true. Well, that's going to do it for me. If you like what you saw, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as it helps us out greatly. Until next time, I'm CapiTanceTV. Deuces!